Hey, what up guys, it's your boy Adam. You already know. Last time, we got Clover out of the hectic mess that was the laboratory. We got ourselves out of there as well, and we're about to find out what sort of things are happening now. So, without further ado, Junpei, Clover, and Lotus leapt out of the laboratory, slamming the door shut behind them. All three collapsed against the wall, breathing heavily. Junpei's heart was pounding in his chest, and his whole body felt weak. He inhaled gulps of clear air, and with each one, he could feel his body begin to calm down. Alright, let's go. They nodded to each other and started off down the hallway. I read these too fast, like seriously, I can't even read half the letters I'm looking at. Before long, they found a few new doors, but all of them were locked. Soon they had tried all the doors but one. The final door sat in the corner of the hallway. Oh shit. Wait a second, this looks kind of familiar. Junpei grabbed the door handle and was about to pull it open when a voice cried out behind them. It was neither Clover nor Lotus, but he recognized it. There was no doubt the voice belonged to Junpei! He spun around. There, at the other end of the hall, Junpei saw human figures running toward him. 3 of them. June, Santa, and 7. They stopped short in front of Junpei and his companions, gasping for air. Hey! What are you guys doing here? What? But we didn't... Before he could finish, Clover spoke. Guys, could you come over here? Why? She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. She looked all scared and shit. She was kinda nervous too. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found. There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway. A map. A map of the ship's interior. It said C deck on the upper left corner. Most likely, they assumed it was a map for the floor they were on. Door 7 and door 8. The map had confirmed what they already knew. Both doors eventually led to the hallway where they had found themselves. In fact... Yeah, isn't that what I said? Till we find that 9 door, 0 ain't gonna split us up. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we can't open door number 9. That's how the notary game works. Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again. As he looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to weariness. One by one, the others saw what he'd seen. As one, they all moved back toward the door. Junpei had only a moment ago been ready to open. He pulled the map of the ship's interior off of the wall, but in his pocket. Followed the others. Like seriously, I gotta retard my reading, cause like right now I'm reading too fast, I'm skipping words. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke, without looking back at the other 5. Ready? I'm gonna open it. They nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. They poured through the hallway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they were. They were just where the map had said they would be. The same room they'd been in not so very long ago. The tremendous central hospital room with empty beds from wall to wall. I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory, and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors. He looked like anyone might after only just waking up, but it seemed that his brain was working as well as ever. He managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's report. At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism. I'm sure you'll be back for me. I did hope you would come back, but I confess I didn't think you'd be back so soon. Ace shook his head with a rueful smile. Well, we saw each other again, and we ain't dead, so I see that's good enough. 7 smiled. Oh wait, we read this. Okay, so let's skip for a bit. Okay, hold up. What's this? Okay. We got it. Not a problem. Here. Okay, so he gives us a Jupiter key. Similar to a 4. Yeah, got it. And the Saturn key and the Earth key. Good. And the Jupiter key, Saturn key, Earth key. Okay, we got them all. Yeah. Okay, so this is where she wants to go to dorm 3. There's something I read here. Huh. Really? Alright, we should get moving too. Huh? Get moving? Where are we going? We won't accept Lotus, I'm not confused. Oh, right. Okay, we can skip this. We've already done this. Let's say no idea this time. You know, that's a good question. Junpei looked off into the distance thoughtfully. Lotus sighed and shook her head. I can't believe this. You guys follow me here, but you don't even know why? Junpei, you've got some solar system keys. I mean, you got, yeah, don't you? He did. He pulled them out. The Saturn key card. And the Earth key. Junpei didn't see what they had to do with anything, though. Both he and Santa were completely lost. Fortunately, June took pity on them. Oh, fuck you. Don't you remember the elevator? Oh, God, no. On C deck, where we are now, there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? Jesus Christ. Yes. Yep, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Oh, boy. So the 2 keys that Jumpy has, should let us use the elevator and the door on A deck, eh? Yes, that's right. June smiled, pleased with herself. So did Santa. Alright, I got it. Let's get started then. What do you say we split into 2 teams? Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you 2 can search Saturn, alright? Sounds good. Junpei had handed the Earth key to Santa. They decided that their initial search should be brief, only 10 minutes. They'd meet back near the staircase once they were done. Junpei and June headed for the elevators. Sure enough, there was a card reader bolted to the wall next to the left elevator. He lined up the Saturn key card and swiped it to the reader. A light in the upper left corner blinked to life. Great. Looks like it's working now. Alright, now how do I code the elevator? There was a single button to the right of the elevator door. Push it real good. There didn't appear to be an up button. Junpei pushed it real good. He didn't have much of a choice. You never have much of a choice except to push it real good. It opened! Look, Jumpy! June's voice was excited, but Junpei could hear a tinge of anxiety. Sweet, it opened. Let's get cracking. He grinned at June and stepped toward the open door. As he was about to set foot in it, he felt a hand on his arm. Wait! What? I'm not really, I just, oh gosh. Junpei was at something of a loss. What could she possibly be so frightened of? June was probably afraid of being locked up alone with a boy, or they can only go down. We're gonna try this one this time. She was afraid that because the only elevator button pointed down, that meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. Which, of course, meant that As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen the elevators on the A or B decks near the central staircase. He hadn't seen elevators, right? All of which meant the elevators could only convey them to the lower decks, and the floor below the one that they were on, D deck, should be completely submerged. As we saw in the beginning, that meant... Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right? Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise like it was moving, and then it opened. Yeah, exactly. Yes? So take a look inside. Junpei jerked his head toward the interior of the elevator. It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are completely dry. What about the ceiling? Oh, you're right, they are. She looked around the elevator, slightly embarrassed. Well, let's test it. So I'm gonna go down and check it out. You stay here, alright? So like hell she's staying there. She's gonna fucking cry. But come on, just do it, alright? He gave Jun's shoulder a reassuring squeeze, then hopped onto the elevator. He pushed the E-button and the door began to close. June looked worried, her eyes darting back and forth as if she was trying to make a decision, when suddenly... I'm coming with you! Huh? At the last passable moment, June dashed forward, turning sideways, just in time to slip through the gap between the closing doors. Steer clear of the closing doors, please. Doop doop. Oh my god, I hate New York transits. Oh god. Junpei jammed his finger against the open button, but it was too late. No, wait, I want the soup. But it was too... Okay, the door had shut. He and June were in the elevator, and it was headed down to E deck. You guys know what happens now. Oh my god. Alright, let's skip forward. We already see what happens. I just wanted to show what... I thought something was different, but it wasn't. Oh god. Okay, yeah, so door number 6. So they found door 1, we find door number 6, everything's back the way it was. Okay. And then this is when we find out that Snake had been murdered. So we're gonna skip through this with ease. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Poor Clover, yo. Nope, you're not scaring me this time, game. I remember that. Oh god. You guys already saw the explanation. Okay. Let's say that Zero isn't on the ship with us. He wasn't sure. Hey, I'm just wondering about one thing. And what's that? How can you be so sure that Zero's on this ship? Ace's eyebrows shot up. Really, Junpei? I confess, I'm a little disappointed. Usually, you're rather sharp. Isn't it obvious? Obvious? How so? This ship. Huh? Zero said this ship several times when he addressed us. I am Zero, the captain of this ship. The purpose of the game is simple. Leave this ship alive. As you have no doubt surmised, this ship had begun to sink. If he weren't here, he wouldn't say this ship, would he? He'd be saying something like that ship or the ship. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Pwned. Ace's explanation made perfect sense. Junpei felt a little foolish that he hadn't seen it himself. Still, he was left with a question, and it was one of no small importance. If Zero's on the ship, where is he? Suddenly, everyone went very quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawled across his back and around his throat. Damn, that's what I'm feeling too right now. Again, he heard the ghosting moan. Oh god, the ghosting moaning noise. Shut up. Good thing it's like 9 o'clock in the morning right now. And moments later, a person who looked more of a ghost. Okay, I'm not reading this. So is Zero one of us? That's crazy!